Hello. This is a prepaid debit call from
Hey,
a prisoner at the Michigan Department of Corrections, Alger Maximum Facility.
Your name and something about you.
okay, well, I'm a incarcerated individual, Michigan Department of Corrections, prison reform activist, Mr. Eddie Treadwell, 205-017, 205-017. I'm incarcerated individual who have desperately been working towards trying to create uh, some form of good time credits here in Michigan prison system. Because Michigan is one of the only states in the United States that does not provide their prisoners with some form of disciplinary credits that will help reduce their sentence and have a significant form of rehabilitative type of program here in Michigan Department of Corrections. So prisoners are just simply being housed and spending up the majority, if not all of their life incarcerated without any rehabilitative type of program or purpose behind their incarceration other than to.
So what you saying is in Michigan they don't have a good behavior system. That's what you're saying. Like you get time shaved off.
Yeah, you get time shaved off for simply following the rules of the institution and participating in certain type of educational programming.
Okay.
Which will be an incentive for prisoners to do the right thing, opposed to just simply being housed in prison and experiencing a severe case of idleness.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. So about prison reform, where would you start? What level of the prison system would you start at?
Well, it's one thing about the Michigan Department of Corrections is considered to be an enormous monster, which should be attacked on all sides. There's no specific side that you should not attack, to try to dismantle this monster called the Michigan Department of Corrections. But me specifically, my interest is at the back end of prison reform. It's what they call it when you have already sent the person to prison. Now it's time to start trying to rehabilitate, transform the minds of the prisoners so his behavior will be different. More a mature type of individual, more responsible individual, more educated individual, so he can be an asset to the community once released from prison.
Yeah.
However, you have reforms from the front end dealing with the charge powers and the prosecutor. A lot of these crimes that's considered to be felonies in Michigan and other states, it's not a felony. So Michigan have a serious charging power by the prosecutor that provide these guys with long indeterminate sentences that will lock them up for a long time, take them off the street. So that's another form of prison reform that needs to be desperately worked on as well.
Okay, I don't know a lot about this topic, but I know I had some.
But that's okay.
Yeah, I know I had a couple guys talk to me about having like the security guards, the correctional officers, having them have body cams. Would you agree with that?
Well, that's good. That's good to a level where they will be not least trying to set prisoners up and writing bogus tickets and giving them bogus charges and putting them in a hole and all that type of stuff. It needs to be some form of transparency, but not so much as the cameras on the prison guards. The cameras we have, they done spent so many millions of dollars just to flood the prison system with cameras on every corner, so there's really no blind spots in prison. What I propose is that they have some form of citizen board who have access to the cameras, like Lansing do. See, in Lansing in Michigan, the legislators who operate, who run the prison system, they have access to feeds in every prison, in every corner of every prison. So the citizens should be provided with that too. So when there's a complaint brought against the officers, then the citizens can review the camera and find out what exactly happened, opposed to just allowing Lansing to try to figure it out, which is most so than not, they're gonna say that they can't find it, or it's not available, or we can't provide that information, or paying the money for the prison to be operated, so it should be only right for the taxpayers to have an ability to review these cameras as well.
Right.
To make sure some transparency going on inside there.
People don't understand the power that we really have, to change stuff. All we got to do is just change it,
That's it. That's one thing that we lacking in. See, we ain't lacking in ideas. We just lacking in collectivity,
Yeah.
the ability to come together and move forth in one direction. You know what I'm saying? To get these things done. So people have to have a passion and desire to change the laws. But that's why prisons are so far out in the country and in the woods, because once you're out of sight, then you come to be out of mind.
Yeah.
So we have to try to create and present an image, a positive image of ourselves to the citizens in the street, and they'd be more willing and more likely to get up and start trying to assist, the cause of reforming the prison system. Once they see that people in here have a lot of talent, they see people in here have been transformed, they have something to offer to the society, to the community. If you don't have nothing to offer, then you consider to be obsolete. There's a lot of guys that have found their best selves since they've been incarcerated. Now they're ready, waiting to be able to demonstrate it to the world. You know what I'm saying? The abilities and the powers that they possess, with the powers to be able to move people, to be able to create, things, and how to reestablish already established systems and make it better. Like MDOC. People feel that the MDOC is the only solution to crime. If you feel that this is the only solution to crime, then you disregard any other possibility.
Yeah.
That may try to help reduce the crime rate in prison population here in Michigan. So we can't cut off other options that may be available to us to try to correct behavior of the citizens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just sad that we have allowed prison to be the only solution to the problem, but more so than not, prison is releasing and returning back to society people who are worse off than they were.
Yeah, they never even been rehabilitated, not even close.
There you go, because they never provide them with the opportunity to rehabilitate themselves, giving them incentive and encouraging them to be better.
Yeah.
See, Michigan took out all the college courses, most of the programs, and all these various different type of things in the prison system. So prisoners are just aimlessly wandering through prison unless you have a strong desire yourself to rehabilitate yourself. You have to buy certain material and books and search and find things that will help stimulate your mind and elevate you higher mentally than you was before you came to be incarcerated.
Okay, so y'all have like do y'all have like a union type like board that y'all can go to, or y'all don't have nothing like that?
We what's my parole board?
Yeah, well no, like when if a correction officer giving you problems, or you having problems within the prison.
That's a grievance process. They have a grievance process, and what they can grieve the issue, whatever it is that they feel the officer is in violation of. But to me, right, you wasted your time. See, you don't want to waste your time in prison. You want to make your time well spent. So some people, that's what they do. They spend their time in writing grievances and arguing and debating with the police about various different things, opposed to just trying to put more energy and emphasis on trying to better yourself and to get the hell out of penitentiary. When you come to penitentiary, it should be a neon sign on King saying, "How in the hell could I get out of here?"
Yeah.
As you work desperately every day to try to reach that goal, get the hell out of prison. Because prison is just a place to incapacitate you.
Yeah.
Right? In more ways than one. See, it's a history about prison. And when you come up the history a little bit, the history about prisons have been designed more so to house people of color.
Yeah.
And when you get to looking at that particular part of the history of prisons, then you know that the more people they put in prison, the more they have to be able to work the fields, to work the land. See, they was contracting prisoners out. The big contractors, people who had all these plantations to be able to help, you know what I'm saying, in the factories, to help in the fields, and to help all these various different things. So prison was geared towards money.
Yeah.
So how can we get money out of labor out of these people?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? now it costs you more money to be in prison than to be free, just about.
Yeah,
People have
nowadays.
to pay for everything. We have to pay for everything. So
Yeah.
prison is not. It's not somewhere where you can just sit down like you would. We just watch TV all day. We have to pay for our food. We have to pay for everything. The food is bad. The clothes is bad. So
Yeah.
you have to buy all that stuff.
Yeah.
So now when you look at the injustices going on in the court building, how they just throwing locking you up and throwing away the key. How we got 50 police cars in the urban area and in the suburbs. They got 10. And it has the population rate is still about the same.
Yeah.
So the system is designed to lock your butt up because they know you'll be out there getting drugs, getting high, drinking, hanging out on corners, this, that, and the other. So it's going to be crime infested.
Mm-hmm.
So most so than not, when I make a stop, it's going to be something illegal on knocking like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
In the suburbs, they ain't even going to stop you.
Yeah.
They ain't going to stop the white folks. They're going to keep on riding. They probably got some contraband on them as well. But they ain't even going to get stopped because they ain't suspected of no crime. They go wave them. How you doing, Billy? They not know their mama. They'll keep on.
That don't mean nothing. Yeah, that don't mean nothing. Just skin color and economic status, all that really don't matter at the end of the day. We all the same, so we all got to go by the same rules.
There you go. But see, and it's easier for us to say that
Than to do
what
it.
they call black robes, white justice.
Yeah.
The judge went the black robes, but we ain't getting no justice.
Yeah.
It's only for the white folks.
Yeah.
And I'm not racist, by a long shot, but this is what you see.
Yeah, it is. That's just what it is.
For the most part, is a higher percentage of prisoners, people of color incarcerated than it is Europeans.
Yeah.
Especially in Michigan.
Yeah.
I don't really know the dynamics in other states, but in Michigan, it's more people of color incarcerated than it is Europeans. What I'm trying to say is that we need prison reform for all people.
Yeah. Not just black people. Yeah.
Especially, that's right, because because some of them are just as worse off than we are.
Yeah.
People try to look at them and look at them with their nose turned down or whatever, and they just as broken, uneducated as a lot of us are.
Yeah.
They ain't in a position of power and control to really make something happen to oppress you or things like that. Mm-hmm. So they just barely holding on themselves trying to make ends meet.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that either. It's a lot of white people just as bad off as us.
Yeah, so I don't look down on them. I just try to stay more so focused on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to, and the rest of the brothers that's incarcerated to try to help change the conditions so everybody can benefit. See, then that's what make your life an asset. That's what make you relevant.
Yeah.
That's what make you not to be obsolete.
Yeah.
A lot of guys become to be obsolete when they're in prison. They have no relevance. They have no existence. They just merely existing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to get up, get out, and get some and make our voices heard. We have to make our power felt. You know what I'm saying? Not the powers that be. See, once you recognize and understand that you get power, then you be able to make people like Ford Motor Company say yes when they want to say no. You can make the MDOC open the doors when they want to close. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get some widespread public support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Celebrity support.
Yeah.
To be able to shine light upon this dire situation that we find ourselves in here in Michigan. Department of Corrections signatures on a bill, support bill, to allow us to have a good time. So this is the first time that done happened that I know of.
Yeah.
I've been here 30 years. I've been incarcerated for 30 years. It's the first time I've seen that many legislators support a bill to allow us to receive disciplinary credits, to reduce our sentence. I'll be wrong if I didn't say something about people who have been victimized of crime.
Okay. Yeah.
I think most people who perpetrate crime was once a victim themselves.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They never received any treatment. They never received any trauma type of treatment.
Mm-hmm.
They've been robbed, beat up, stomped down, or abused.
Most of the time they told just keep it moving, keep it going.
Yeah. So you never was fixed. You never corrected your behavior, was never corrected, never internalized and analyzed the reasons for your being victimized. So once you never did that, had any type of therapy, then you were more likely to victimize somebody else.
Yeah.
So I would say to the people who have been victimized by somebody who have been incarcerated, who are incarcerated, to try to find some type of treatment, try to get you some type of help, try to find some love and compassion in your heart. You know what I'm saying? To start forgiving these people, because most of these people was drug induced. Crimes was drug induced anyway.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't thinking like, you know what I'm saying, not to justify their actions, but it's a problem. The problem has to be corrected from the beginning. You got to go to the root of the problem, not the result. See, the result is they end up committing crime. But the root of the problem is that they probably was broke, uneducated. Most people incarcerated is uneducated, a bad, a low IQ, drug addict, unemployed, or a real low level type of employment. See, so these three particular factors, or and abused, right? These particular factors is really contributing to the incarceration rate all over the United States, not just in Michigan. So if we start working on drug treatment, if we start working on better education, if we start working on better jobs for the people where they can support their families, you know, we start working on treatment for being abused by your family or guys in the neighborhood or whatever the case may be, then the people have a tendency to be more well adjusted. They'd be able to function in mainstream America. They'd be able to learn how to navigate their way through the complex mazes of life.
Yeah.
But if they never have this, then more so than not, they will end up in prison. They will end up in the grave because they have created, they have been molded and shaped and developed into like what you call an animal state.
Yeah.
All they want to do is get high, have sex, eat, listen to music.
Yeah, you're in a primitive state, basically, your lowest form of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said a lot of stuff that I agree with. Definitely, a lot of this stuff start in the home. You know, when you're young. You know, what do you expect somebody to do that don't have no guidance at all and they're just thrown out into the world? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And they're looking at trying to, the Europeans supposed to get them something.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get the welfare check. I'm supposed to get this. I'm supposed to get that. I'm supposed to get some housing, Section 8. I'm supposed to get this. But you ain't trying to fend for yourself.
Yeah.
You're not growing and developing and being an individual who can be independent, self-sufficient.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And be able to maintain and support yourself. You're not being a man.
Yeah.
So you come to be somebody who institutionalized. That's institutionalized when you allow institutions to take care of you and provide for you. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got institutions still being controlled, you still being subservient to somebody else's benefits that they distributed upon you. You ain't making your own. You know, we have to make our own. We have to be creators and create our own. You know what I'm saying? We got to create our own banks. We got to have our own banks, our own doctors. So our own community. We got to start moving into them particular type of realms.
Yeah, we got it.
Who have been victimized, I apologize for anybody who have been victimized by somebody by crime. You know, and you know, I'll give you my heartfelt, you know what I'm saying, forgiveness or remorse or whatever it is it takes for you to try to come up out of a state of being a victim. So we have to get our mind out of the state of being a victim.
Yeah.
And the only way that we can get our mind out of the state of being a victim, we got to have some forgiveness in our heart that loose the pain and the hurt that we may experience through being a victim of crime still.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because, you know, we can apply that to the black community overall. You know what I'm saying? Like with racism and slavery and all that. Like most white people you meet not racist no more nowadays. So you know, we got to stop playing the victim role and stop identifying ourselves as people that were slaves or people that are oppressed. You know, and start identifying ourselves as, you know, businessmen and women and a strong community, this, that, and the third.
There you go. Somebody that's great.
Yeah.
They got the potential to do mighty and wondrous things.
Yeah.
People that can instill that within them. See, we allow evil habits to gain strength with their years. See, we got to fortify their mind with the truth. Got to fortify their mind with the possibility of greatness. Got to fortify their mind with confidence. Got to fortify their minds with being that you can accomplish and do anything that you set your mind to. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. But you got to first believe that you can achieve it. Because a lot of times we have doubts. A lot of times we never really accomplish something, so we don't feel that we can. Well, the guy who you're talking to, he ain't accomplished shit, so you'll have doubts on him. He gonna tell y'all, man, you can't do that. You can't do that. He ain't gonna encourage you and motivate you. See, we got to be encouraged to feel that we can accomplish things. This is why women is so important. So you will have a woman that can support you, that's going to encourage you and motivate you. If you didn't get the job today, baby, don't even worry about it. Tomorrow will be a better day. She gonna feed you. She gonna rub you down. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, yeah, baby, that's right. I'll be out there again first thing in the morning. Looking to try to get that job, or you know what I'm saying? Try to create. You'll be surprised on how that makes you feel. So you got somebody to believe in you. You know what I'm saying? You have to have somebody to believe. That's gonna help encourage you. Gonna help motivate you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just, you know, so I give homage to all women. You know what I'm saying? Especially our black women, because they've been through a lot.
Man.
They still rise. They still standing tall.
And they take it like it's nothing, man.
I'm talking like a mother.
No, you good, man. It's good content, man. It's a real good conversation.
Thank you for using GTL.